Hey, hey, Miss Simpson, how are you? Thank you for joining.
I am good. How are you?
Good, good. We will get started here in just a moment. We have like about 40 people signed up for this call, so maybe they're still getting used to getting back in the groove on Mondays at the
Oh,
beginning of the
yeah.
year.
And it's cold, so they
And it's
probably.
cold, yes. So we'll get started here shortly.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Well, it is 7 o'clock, and I am going to go ahead and get this thing started. I first just want to, start off by wishing everyone a happy new year. I hope you all had a great holiday season and really just had some time to just take off, relax, and just really reset for the new year. So happy holidays, happy new year, and just thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to join me this evening. It is truly an honor to kick off the new year with such an amazing group of people and as we explore a lucrative opportunity in new construction and real estate. So I'm going to progress through this presentation, so please feel free to place any questions that you have in the chat, and then I will make sure to address the questions at the end, okay? So, without further delay, let's just go ahead and jump right in. So, for our time here today, I am going to just share a little bit about myself and my real estate experience. We will explore why new construction is one of the most rewarding opportunities in today's market. I'll share what sets me apart from the other opportunities and the work that I'm doing. I'll review a few of the projects that I've completed already and projects that I'm exploring for this year. And that's going to be an opportunity for you all to get in and be a part of. I'll introduce a tool that we use called Build Construct Pro, which is the project management platform that we use to manage all of our projects. And then we'll talk about projected returns on this opportunity. And I'll conclude with providing some next steps to move forward. So first off, I want to share a little bit about me. Time flies when you're having fun, and people don't believe me when I say that I've been in real estate for 20 years, but in 2024, I celebrated 20 years in real estate. Now, I know I don't look that old, but I say I started the business when I was 10. So, don't tell nobody, but that's just our little inside joke. But over the course of the last 20 years, I really had the pleasure of helping over 500 families closing real estate transactions totaling a little over $150 million of inventory sold. And when I added all that up, I was like, wow, okay. But I've been really doing good in this business. And in 2020, I actually increased and started doing fix and flip projects and wholesaling transactions where I've closed about $4 million in deals. And most recently in 2024, I added new construction to my skill set. And so I'm projected to deliver over $1 million in new construction projects this year. And so during this time, I've actually also maintained a dual career in corporate leadership for the past 15 years, where I've managed $100 million software development portfolios, and that delivered millions of dollars in corporate returns. And so in my mind, I'm like, okay, if I could do it for these Fortune 500 companies, then I can surely do it for myself and do it for others. Um, but then also, I've also managed $5 million philanthropy budgets, and that's grant awards. And so I was able to award that money to nonprofits in the North Texas community. And I've even served as a Dallas regional director of over 2,000 teammates. So I know that is a lot going on. But what really drives me, y'all, is my lifelong desire to make a difference and to leave a legacy for my kids. And so I'm really proud to volunteer my time and share my talents in the local community with organizations that you see here, such as Big Brothers Big Sisters, I Am a Treasure Ministries, and Adaptive Training Foundation. And so that's just a little bit about me and why I am so passionate about what I do. And so I'm just, excited to share this opportunity with you and, share highlights of how I can help you all make double-digit returns on your money backed by new construction in real estate. And so let's talk about this DFW market, right? Have you heard the phrase "build it and they will come"? Right? Yeah. Well, people are coming to Dallas in record numbers. I mean, in fact, over 500 people per day move into the North Texas area, and DFW is positioned to be in the top five real estate markets in the US this year. And that is like massive growth. We are growing really, really fast. And compared to other metro areas, Dallas still offers more affordable housing options, which attracts buyers from across the nation. And so even at the end of December, I ran a report, and the average sales price for new construction of a four-bedroom single-family home at the end of December was right around 408,000 in Dallas County. And so that's still a really good price point for a new home buyers. Also, the demand, we see the demand increasing as well. The demand for new homes, it almost outpaces the supply of new construction inventory. And so at the end of December, we had about 2.3 months of inventory on the market. And so that was like right at about 69 homes. And that new inventory ranged from 375,000 to 499,000 in that price range. And so people are moving into this area every day. And so if you think about it, if 500 people are moving into the area every day and they just all up and decided to buy a new construction home, technically we would not have enough inventory to meet that need. And so, we know that that's not realistic, right? But it just really speaks to the opportunity to be successful as a builder in this market in those affordable price points. And so, over the next 5 to 10 years, we're going to have more corporate headquarters that are projected to come here and move into North Texas. And experts predict about 10% growth, and that's really around 9 million residents living in North Texas alone. And so, y'all, that's a lot of people. And that just means that just really presses the need to build even more new homes for these folks. So I'm really, really excited about that. And when I think about what I'm doing, I think about, what sets me apart? What sets me apart from other builders, other companies? And so I am a part of a builders coalition, which is an extensive ecosystem of over 270 experienced builders with many, many years of building new construction in the area. And so this group combined has completed over 150 new construction projects in the DFW area, totaling over $180 million. So this group, this coalition that I'm a part of, they are really the backbone of a lot of the work that I do. And so through them, I have access to 300 vetted trades and subcontractors, which ensures that I have the capacity, I have the expertise to deliver projects on time and within budget. And so having this network is so crucial because it really means that once I close on the land, I'm just able to hit the ground running. I'm not looking for companies to design my floor plans. I'm not looking for, your foundation guys, your framing guys, those contractors. I'm not looking for roofers or HVAC folks because I already have that team established and ready to go on my projects. Um, I've also established relationships with local municipalities. And so that has been very helpful when navigating the zoning guidelines and understanding plan development requirements, and even getting permits quickly approved. That's one thing that we see that's a challenge in some of these different cities and counties. Some counties like, Lancaster, I want to say they take 30 days to approve. a permit to build. Other companies may take 60 days once you get out to the smaller rural municipalities. But because of the relationships that I've been able to build with these municipalities, we're able to get those approved a lot faster. Uh, and another thing, what really, really excites me is our final key player in this ecosystem is our realtor and our broker network because they really specialize in helping us identify high potential land acquisitions and facilitating timely sales. And so the synergy is the secret sauce. The synergy of this ecosystem is the secret sauce to minimizing risk while staying on track with our timelines to complete construction and to get the home sold within 6 months or less. And so I'm really excited about that. Many people have aspirations to get in the game as a new construction home builder, but the barriers to entry are so high. And so especially for small minority owned businesses. And so generally, we're oftentimes not invited to have a seat at the table. And so that's why I'm proud of this opportunity because through the network, we are literally opening doors to opportunity and building the table ourselves, right? And creating generational wealth. And so I don't know about you, but just thinking about that gives me chills because I'm really in a position to help others achieve their dream of home ownership. And then I'm also able to help you all achieve your dreams of helping your money grow. And so that's why we are here today. So next up, I will go over a few of the projects that I've completed so far for my clients. The first one you'll see here is Atlanta Street. And now listen, y'all see this little house right here? This is a skinny mini mansion. So don't sleep on the skinny mini mansions. These are really popular now. They're trending, especially in the urban cities where we tend to have much smaller lots. We're able to go in and build these really unique homes on these smaller lots. And so I'm excited about that. What you'll notice when you look at my projects is that I tend to lean towards modern contemporary designs, and that's really due to what's trending on the market right now. However, I do have the flexibility to build more traditional homes for my custom clients if that's what they desire. When looking at the economics of this deal, the land cost for this project was 65,000. The bill budget was 180,000, and the property sold for 317,000 after being on the market for 63 days. Uh, Once we completed the project, y'all, I made $72,000 in gross proceeds on this deal. And so that's a really good profit margin. So just remember when you're driving around Dallas and you see these skinny mini mansions, I put you on game to that, right? So just think about that. But these are really, really popular. The next one I did is on Denmark Street. And so for Denmark, we got the land at 45,000. The bill budget was 170,000 and the property sold for 335. So as soon as we put that on the market, we started getting offers within 3 days of putting this on the market and then finally accepted an offer at that 10th day. And so this deal right here generated $120,000 in gross proceeds. So it really just speaks to the opportunity of really getting in and supporting builders and really, just helping these projects grow and you serving as a passive investor on some of these deals. The next deal here finally is the Maybeth property, and many of you have followed me on my journey on social media to building this home from the ground up, and so it's on track to finally be finished this week. I stopped by there earlier today, and the countertops are in, and we have the guys coming tomorrow to start working on the tile backsplash and installing the final plumbing fixtures. So really, really excited about this one. This one is in a very popular area of West Dallas. The land cost on this one was 110,000. The bill budget was 215. And once I finish, I plan to list the home around 439,000, which should generate about 114,000 in gross proceeds. So that's a lot. I got a lot going on, y'all. So, now that you've seen what I've completed so far, let me show you some really good stuff of what I have on the horizon for to kick off this new year. And so I have 4 opportunities that I'm opening up for you guys to participate in this year. And so I'm going to go over these with you now. The first one we have here is Eads Avenue. And I'm really excited about this one. I'm excited about all my projects. They're like my little babies. But I'm excited about this one because I have an opportunity to acquire two lots that are adjacent to each other right near downtown. The two homes built would have a modern contemporary design as well, similar to this example shown, about 2,400 square feet, 3 stories with a wraparound balcony so you can view the Dallas skyline. 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bath, and a two-car garage. And so uh, the view alone, it will sell this property once it's completed. And so because it has a direct line of sight to downtown Dallas. For this deal, the land's going to cost 120,000 per lot. And both lots, of course, have direct views, as I mentioned. The bill cost is going to be 302,000 per property. And then after that, the estimated after construction value is going to be right at about 600,000 per home. And so with one home projected to get about 178,000 with that. But then, of course, when you multiply that by two homes is going to generate $356,000 in gross profit, which is really good there. Um, the next one we have is property in Devonshire Lakes, which is in Forney, Texas. And so, for those of you who aren't familiar with the area, Forney, Texas was recently named one of the fastest growing cities in the U.S. It's east, and so people are moving more so out of the city to get more land on their homes. And so this will be another build opportunity where we're looking to acquire two lots in the community. And so since this community, the lots are half acre, and the development requires the homes to be a little bit bigger. And so we're looking at building homes at around 2,800 square feet, of course, 4 bedroom, 3 bath, two-car garage. The land we're negotiating is going to cost about $93,000 per lot. The build cost we're looking at is around 310,000 per house. And then the after construction value is going to be right at about 685,000 based on the surrounding homes in that neighborhood that have recently sold. So when you look at that, y'all, that is going to be around $564,000 in gross profit. So I'm just really excited about that, and thankful that I have the opportunity to present this to you all as well, so you can make a little money. So, which is really pretty amazing. And so from a timing perspective, um, looking at the four opportunities that I showed you with the two and the two lots, right? From a timing perspective, if we, get these going and close the deals by the end of January, we could technically be finished with these projects by June, July timeframe. And so we definitely have to move forward pretty quickly to get these opportunities locked in. All right, so next I want to bring up one of my fellow teammates here, Anthony. Anthony Davis. He is my teammate, and he really helps me in doing a lot of due diligence and land and construction. So he helped develop a really cool tool called Build Construct Pro. And so Anthony, I'm going to turn it over to you so you can give us all a demo of Build Construct Pro. So over to you, Anthony. I'm going to stop sharing so you can share your screen.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, thank you again for inviting me onto the call and giving me an opportunity to speak to some of your lenders and participants on this new capital raise. Just listening to the presentation, I think I want to put some money in with you. No, what I'm seeing is that, North Texas has a huge opportunity. And just seeing that that opportunity is here, I definitely want all of us just to take advantage of it. So what I'm going to be talking to you guys about is the software that she's going to be using. This is her home builder companion. And what all of our builders who are part of this coalition are able to do is be able to build directly from their cell phone, and we're able to share with our lenders, our investors, and all of our partner participants everything that's taken place on their project throughout the process. So I'm going to do a quick demo. Again, if you have any questions, throw it inside of the chat. Either Hilary or myself will be able to address it at the end. Okay. I'm going to share my screen right now. And you guys should be on the Build Construct Pro login page. And like I said before, let me shrink this. Hold on. This is your home building companion. The first thing that you're going to come to is your dashboard. This is my actual real dashboard. So these are a number of projects that I am currently working on. And if you see fee build, these are projects that I'm actually building for other investors as well. From this same dashboard, you guys will be able to see lots. So Hilary and myself are able to go in here and see what lots are available from our realtors and brokers. And they're able to upload this directly into the Build Construct Pro platform. With that, we're able to do some basic due diligence, and all due diligence is just checking all the boxes to make sure that the lot is 100% buildable before we purchase it. We do not want to purchase a parking lot that we cannot do anything with. So all of those lots come to us. All of our brokers and realtors know to check to see if they have electricity, if they have water, if they have sewer, and if it has a survey. The last thing that they're going to do is make sure that it is not inside of a floodplain. Our resource center that Hilary was talking about gives all of our builders access, again, to our brokers, all of our lenders, and then all of our trades. Right now, we have 378 trades that have been uploaded into this portfolio, and they all have these different tags. So they have checks that they are a partner. If they are a TGB partner, they have done at least 3 projects for the community, and then we are able to grade them according to their craftsmanship and also their work. We're allowed to leave reviews for each and every single one of our trade to make sure that the builders are picking the exact and best trades for what it is that they're trying to accomplish. I am going to go into 814 Eads Avenue. This is a sample project that she had just showed you guys inside of the deck. And I just want to be able to show you guys how, one, we protect your money and how we protect these investments. Before we bring these to you guys, we're going to make sure that we do all of our due diligence on the front end to make sure that your lot, before you invest in it, is buildable. So we go through a 20-point checklist. This is the due diligence page right here. The first thing we're going to do is make sure that the zoning for that lot fits in the design and what it is that we're trying to accomplish inside of that community. Eads is inside of a PD, which is a planned development, which is totally fine. It just abandons the basic zoning, and we have to go to this PD that was formed and see what the city has changed from the basic zoning. The other thing is we make sure that it's not in a floodplain. This one happens to be in a 500-year floodplain, and any builder worth its weight in salt should know how to get it out of that 500-year floodplain to make sure that we can move forward with a buildable lot. We go into the lot values, making sure that we have enough width, we have enough depth for what it is that we're trying to accomplish, and that the total area fits a buildable lot within that zoning, and in this case, within the PD. She is going to verify that this lot is platted before you guys purchase any lots with her. The reason why we want to make sure every single lot is platted when we're bringing in lenders and investors is to make sure they are not stuck in a piece of property that she cannot build on until the plat process is complete. In Dallas, it could take anywhere from 12 to 18 months for a replat. So we don't want our monies being held up. We want to perform on these projects as fast as possible. The other thing that we look at is the last time the deed was transferred. A lot of times these lots are trading hands amongst other developers and other builders. If another builder or developer has sold a lot, we want to know why. Was there a red flag? Was there issues with the community? We want to find out what that issue is before we purchase that lot. And if we don't see that this lot has sold in a certain amount of time, we also want to look into that as well. The next thing we go into is your zoning regulations to make sure that it complies. And then we get into all of the setbacks, the max coverage, and the max height for every single house to know what we can deliver over to you guys as far as a plan set and what the city would accept for that area. The other thing that Hilary is going to do is actually go on site. She's going to verify that is there any new construction on the street. The reason why we look for that is because before we purchase this lot, we just want to verify that it has utilities. if there's a lot, I mean, if there's a property on both sides of this lot, good chances are it has utilities. It gives her the ability to move fast. Are there fire hydrants, manholes, and water? Again, telltale signs for utilities. We go back to look at the historical views to see if there was ever a house on that property to prove that it's a buildable lot. She is going to look for abnormal topography to dictate if she is going to have to negotiate the price of that lot down, if we need to bring in dirt, if we have to do retaining walls, anything that is going to impact her bottom line, we're going to negotiate on the front end on the purchase of the lot. Continue to go down. Is there a large number of trees and anything else that would impact us? So on this EADS one, she has done the complete due diligence on it. Her ACV, or after construction value, is 595 to 600,000. She's ran her comps. They can be anywhere between 530 and 650. And then the square footage that we need to fall within is anything between 2,000 and 3,000 square foot. We value engineered it and found out that the target living area that we would need for this home needs to be 2,400 square feet livable. And we are going to bring a finish level of $110 a square foot to be able to compete in that market. The lot cost was $120,000. 3% going to commission on the other side because Hilary, as you guys can see, she's a super agent. And then closing costs 1.5%. So on the growth side, really quickly, her doing her due diligence, she knows if she sells it at 595, it will have a net profit as of right now with no lenders or investors of $164,225. Before she purchases a lot, she is going to go through this 20-point checklist and make sure that whatever lot she is bringing to her lenders and investors is fully buildable before she asks for a dollar. And if you guys have any questions y'all want to throw in the chat around due diligence, that is this tab right here. The next thing that we do is we run our project calculation on it. This is going to give us a cash flow analysis on how good the deal is from a fiscal standpoint. So a house like this, we can build it within 6 months after we break ground. The lot cost again was $120,000 and our closing cost was 1.5% on that lot. We're looking for 2,400 square foot. And our soft costs from our permitting to our surveys and our plans are going to cost us about $5,920. To get the site ready for form boards, it looks like we're going to have to spend about $12,100. And again, we're building at 110 a square. If we borrow the money, 120,000 for somebody who's itching on this call, with a 20% return, as you guys can see, she is still going to walk away with $138,980. We were only looking to have a net profit of 13%, and she is well over that. She's close to 24 to 25% net profit on this deal. And our calculator is telling us, should I buy this? I would. If she said that she wanted to make 26% on the deal, well, the economics doesn't work for 26%. Our calculator is going to tell her, please don't buy this project. Okay, but she had it set at 13% net profit. I'm going to put it back. And she is well over that threshold. So the software is letting her know this is a good buy based off of all the parameters that she has put in. The next thing that she'll be able to do is quickly be able to value engineer a budget. All 378 of our trades have given us all the formulas on how they calculate their labor. We're able to put that into our system. And so as soon as she puts in all of the assumptions from her house, it's going to tell us pretty close to the penny how much it's going to cost for us to build that house and how much the itemization is going to be for each trade level. So here's the assumptions that she'll fill in, 2,400 square feet. Once she added in the garages, then it added in the total foundation square footage. Her foundation is 1,200 square feet because this is 2 stories. And again, we're at $110 a square. Once she puts in all of her assumptions, it is going to kick out exactly what it's going to cost for us to build this house with our trades. So for this home, it's going to cost us $264,000. Again, our soft cost, 5,920. Our site cost, 12,100. And we always set aside a 5% contingency. So setting aside 13,200 just in case she goes over in any area. And because she is a builder and has experience, we do not have to pay a general contractor or a project manager. That is more money left in the project to either go to investors and lenders or back to Hilary. And then last but not least, it is our project management tab. The reason why this is so cool, especially for our lenders and investors, is they have the ability to keep an eye on the project that they are lending to at any time. So we can share this with you. You can go into the status and see what the current status is. Every single project is either going to be completed, it's going to be in progress, or it'll be stuck. If it is stuck, you will know the reason why that project is stuck. Other than that, every single phase of construction will be laid out for you guys as we build the house. When we're in that current phase of construction, let's take rough and plumbing. It is going to give you guys a checklist of everything that we are doing in succession to make it through that phase. Once we make it down to the last one, it will automatically take us to the next phase, and it will let you know the new date for the next phase and when it should be completed. The whole time we're building the project, you will see how long we are going to be in that phase and what percent of completion we are, and then the total project to date, what completion are we on the project, and how long we're going to be in that current phase. All of our documents, forms, every resource used to build this home will be memorialized here for you as well to be able to see. So when you guys invest with Hilary, not only is she doing the homework on the front end to verify that she is purchasing the lot right, she is just not going out and buying land based off of price. She is making sure that it's buildable, that you have comps that have sold within 60 days, that the ARV is there, and that you guys don't have to worry about if you're stuck with a piece of property that cannot go vertical. She can quickly do her cash flow and her budgets, and then you guys are going to be able to manage each and every project from start to finish from your cell phone, full transparency. So that's the benefit of this suite. It has helped our builders, even the ones within my company, to be able to quickly cash flow and understand what projects we are going to move forward with or which ones do not work within our system. So I think it's a great resource. Hilary, again, thank you for including us in on this conversation. If there's any questions at the end about the software, please send it over to me. Back to you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that, Anthony. We did have a few questions in the chat around participating as a lender and knowing if the project was on schedule. So that was perfect. You hit that right on with your demonstration there with the schedule. And then, in other words, will there be a live schedule with critical paths and milestones? All of that is covered, and you do have access to see all of that as the project progresses through the building and construction. So yes, you have access to all of that. Okay, let me go back on here to my side. But great questions, y'all. All righty here. So, all right, can y'all see my screen? Uh-oh, I think I did something. Hold on.
We saw your screen
You did?
momentarily. Yep.
Okay, okay. Let's go to the next slide.
There it is.
All right, there we go. Okay. So, again, thank you, Anthony. I really appreciate you just taking the time out to, provide that demonstration for us here and, giving us insight into the application. You mentioned the due diligence and everything. And so, I think that, it's really, like you said, it's critical, right? We have to make sure that we're doing that due diligence, because one minor oversight of the missing the land and missing that due diligence could really kill the deal, and we don't have time to waste our money with a parking lot, right? We don't have time to do that. So um, I don't know about you. I don't have that kind of money to waste, but when we think about making the return on our money, looking at this, what's the first thing that comes to mind, right? The first thing that comes to mind is, how much money am I going to make and how quickly can I make that money? That's the first thing that I'm thinking about here. And so looking at this chart, hold on, clicking too fast. Bring the chart back. Y'all like my graphics there? All right. So looking at this chart here, this is the opportunity that we have before you with regards to the different tiers of investment levels that you can get in on. And so think about the four lots that I presented to you earlier that's available now, and the capital that we are asking for to get into this deal will be allocated towards purchasing the land, the soft costs, and the site preparation costs. And so once as an investor in this deal, that's where your money is going to be allocated to, purchasing the land, the soft cost, and the site preparation costs. And then I will bring the capital needed to complete the vertical construction of the home. And so with this opportunity, your money will be able to grow passively as an investor, making a higher return based upon the amounts presented here with the 18 to 22%. And y'all, literally, returns like that are unheard of with traditional options. I don't know about y'all if y'all are getting these type of returns in your high yield savings accounts, but I know that I'm not. And so, looking at these levels here from the 50,000 to the $75,000 levels at 18% APR, that's going to give you a return of about $13,500. And then on the higher end, of course, you can experience a return of about $27,000 at the $126,000 investment level. And so that is a very, very generous return. And I meant to do that purposefully because, I want you to have trust in me with this opportunity. And this is my way of giving back to you all as a part of investing in these projects with me. And so if we think about it and compare it to traditional returns, I looked at interest rates from this past Friday on high yield savings accounts being at 5%. And, if you have money sitting in those type of accounts, these are the type of returns that you're going to get based upon that 5%. And so, I don't know about you all, but, when you compare the difference in the opportunity with new construction, your returns more than triple at a faster pace when comparing that to the high yield savings account. So to me, it's literally like a no-brainer with this decision. And so you can, when compared to just letting your money sit in the bank, to me, it's like a no-brainer to go move forward with this because of course you're going to make more money and you're going to get that return a lot faster. So another thing to just think about, I know that 50,000 may be, a little high at the entry point, but I've seen in the past where people, get together with their family, their friends, they put their money together, partner up, with each of them bringing however much they need to get into this entry point. And so you do have that flexibility there if you want to partner with someone that you know in order to be able to get in on this opportunity. Also, just to let you know, to mitigate risk when you decide to move forward with us, um, all of the legal documentation, everything is going to be recorded. It's all going to be done at the title company. I'm not keeping any of the money in my bank account. All the money is wired to the title company to close the deal. You don't have to worry about that. All of the information is going to be recorded. Even as an investor, you will be added to the deed as a lien holder. And so what that means as a lien holder, that means that once we complete construction and close the deal, sell the house, you will get paid first as a lien holder on this opportunity. And I think that's, I really think that's very, very fair to you all to make sure that you don't have any worries or anything with these opportunities. So I close out every transaction once the deal is complete. And then after that, if you want to get back in on the next deal, we'll just move forward with a new agreement. So I know that was a lot that that you've heard tonight. And so, raise your hand if you're interested in this opportunity, if you're ready to move forward. Is anybody interested and ready to move forward? Yes. Okay. Okay. Well, that's exciting. I know I've shared a lot with you. Are there any other questions? Are there any other questions on here? Let me check the chat real quick. Is there a specific number? Let's see here. Is there a specific number of investors allowed per home? Um, no, not really, but typically, two two investors is typically a good 2 to 3. But we have other projects in the pipeline. So, if all of you say you want to get in, then hey, we have other projects in the pipeline that you can get in on as well. So, but typically we see about 2 to 3 investors per deal. All right. Any other questions you want to drop in the chat? No? Okay. Well, so you see here, if you want to move forward with me, listen, I want you to scan this QR code here. Um, Set time to meet with me over the next couple days. My calendar is totally clear. You can make an appointment to meet with me for, 20-30 minutes, and we can discuss this opportunity in a lot more detail and get you signed up and get you ready to move forward. Again, like I shared earlier, we're definitely working on a quick, short timeline because ultimately I want to be able to close on these lots by the end of January so that we can start building here pretty soon and get some of these projects done by the summertime. Um, if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me via email, via phone number. You see my number there. I'm always accessible and here to answer any other questions that you have. Um,
You have a few hands that are
we have some
raised.
hands raised, hands raised. Okay. Giselle, would you like to come off of mute and ask your question? No? Okay. You took his hand down, I think. Any other questions? Destiny, you had your hand raised, you took it down. Okay. Any other questions?
I have a question. I can't raise my hand for some reason. I don't
Uh-oh.
know. Okay. On the properties that you shared
Mm-hmm.
on the land that you shared, like do you like would you walk us through like if we wanted to go look in that area with you before you like really make a decision or things like that?
Oh,
Um,
absolutely. Yeah.
and then also in the build budget, does that include like all of the people that's going to be working on like the construction workers and does that amount go into the build budget? Is
So
it
the amount that you share to for this deal is meant to acquire the property. That's
okay?
to purchase the land itself, to clear the site, soft costs, which would include like our permits, our designs, and things like that, is what your contribution would go towards. The rest of the build budget, it includes all of our trades. So that's our foundation concrete pour, our framing, our roofing. Everything to go vertical in constructing the home is included in the build budget. Does that answer your question?
Right. Yes, yes.
Okay.
And then once the everything is completed and it's sold, that's when you receive your profit, right?
Yes.
When the whole okay. Okay.
Absolutely. Yep. So closing day, we go to close the deal. The new buyer, they buy the house and they send the wire and the title company does everything to settle and close the deal. And then that's when the proceeds would be distributed to the lien holders, the investors on the deal. Yes.
And
Absolutely.
I was going to share with you, Sharon. You would get paid before Hillary.
Yes.
So as she was stating, you guys are going to actually have a lien on the deed. So the first position is going to be our lender who's doing the vertical finance. The second position is going to be you guys, and then third person to get a distribution would be Hillary. So Hillary doesn't get a dime until you guys sign lien releases saying you've been satisfied.
Yeah. Yeah, and then also throughout the process, like you mentioned, going out to look at the land, you're definitely welcome to go and look at the land. I think that's one of the things I try to make all my projects fun. You see me on social media because I'm always at the projects, recording content and doing things because I like to make it fun. And it would be awesome if I could bring, my partners in on that, come out to the land, come in, look at the house as the construction is under progress and, see all of that. You are definitely welcome to do that.
So Hilary, my hand was raised,
Mhm.
stating that I'm interested in the opportunity because I think you mentioned raise your hand if you're interested. So,
Oh, okay. Awesome. Awesome, Giselle. Did you get the link in the chat to set up time with me?
no, I didn't see that. Let me
Okay.
look and see.
Yes.
Um,
Can I have my I think my admin. Can you drop the link in the chat for me?
yeah, I didn't see that.
Okay. Let me get it for you. Hold on one second. Are there any other questions, y'all?
Hey, Hillary, this is Terrence. I got a question.
Yes.
Hey, so like with different market conditions and stuff, by the time everything is completed, have you ever ran into the instance of like an issue with the payouts? Like, just say for instance, if the home don't sell in 12 months, like, if the market adjusts, you have to adjust, make price changes and things of that nature. Like, how do you deal with it from that perspective?
Yeah, in this market, I have not had that issue here in Texas. Texas is a little bit of a different market. And so, as I mentioned earlier, we have so many folks moving into this area and the demand is so high, but then also making sure we build at an affordable price point as well. Is one thing that I'm looking at. I also try to make sure, I definitely want to make sure that my projects stand out when compared to other active sales in a neighborhood that I'm building in, right? And so, for example, when I'm looking at comparable properties, there may be a property where the interior finish outs may be a little bit basic. And so what I want to do is go a step up to make my properties pop, whether it's with the waterfall countertop or do things to make it a little bit more modern and appealing so that I don't have that issue with it being on the market too long. But I have not, in my gosh years of real estate, I have never even had a project be on the market for over 12 months. Anthony, did you want to chime in on that? Have you had that issue?
Absolutely not. And I
Okay.
think so going back to that original conversation, Terrence, the due diligence, right?
Mhm.
And I know we went through that fast, but at the very bottom of that due diligence, where she had what the houses were selling for on the low end, what the houses were going for on the high end, she is going to run a number of comps. And before we even purchase a lot in that neighborhood, we're not looking for homes that are staying on the market longer than 30 days. Okay. I think we all know that 60 days is okay. That's great. But when we're purchasing lots, we are looking for communities that are performing in less than 30 days. So as you saw on her prior properties that she did, one was it could have been under contract in 3 days. They accepted it at 10 days. The other one was under 30 days. The only one that was over 60 days was that small little tiny 1,300 square foot skinny mansion that she showed.
Mhm.
And luckily, her and I kind of talked about this deck, but the person who purchased that was someone coming from New Jersey. So it fit them, right? But when you have those specialty ones, those may take a little bit longer. But other than that, we really try to focus on making sure there's no emotional concerns. We're really looking at the numbers and neighborhoods that do not have houses on the market longer than 30 days. That's first. Second, when we come over to the project calculator, you saw that she was stating, I don't want anything that doesn't have a net profit of 13%. If it would have said 12%, she would have moved on. The reason why we're not emotional about it is because if the house is sitting too long, we have to have enough meat on the bone to drop the price and know that we still can pay off our lien holders and still pay off you guys, even if we don't have as much profit on our end. We're going to drop the price and we're going to get that house out of there.
Okay, that answered it right there. That answered it right there, because that's what I was, because we're not looking at from start time. We're looking at from finished completion, and from whatever that time is completed. Like, I just look at it because in different markets, you got homes doing different things, and I know y'all familiar with this because y'all got the experience. But I'm just looking at, like, from the completion time in certain markets, like in certain areas, do y'all buy all over, or y'all just buying in a specific area where, you see those prices where you can make that? Um,
Yeah, it's really about the research that I do before acquiring the property, like Anthony mentioned, right? Looking at the comps and making sure that on that street or in that area, I want to see that there's new construction going on, because if I find a lot and it's in an area where there's no construction, then that means I'm going to be the first one to enter that particular neighborhood, and that could impact my project, right? I don't want to be the first one to enter. I want to be able to, let those other ones get in there and kind of get that neighborhood established, and then I can come in and build as well, and kind of, ride the coattails of those comps, if that makes sense. But that's definitely a part of the due diligence, and just making sure that, when I move forward to acquire some land, that I am confident that I can turn that property and get it sold.
Good deal. That makes a lot of sense. But that software, by the way, that's some pretty good software. I was just checking it out, and I went and I was like, man, I like how it break down and it give you the percentages and stuff like that. So I was looking also. It's two tiers to it, right? Like your monthly fees on it, and could anybody just like go to their website and sign up, and you can, I'm taking it, when I looked at it, you can just go sign up and get in whatever tier you want. I think it was like 30 something for minimum access, and then the 85 was like gives you like an overall view of everything.
Yeah, yeah, and we can discuss that on a separate meeting. But yes, you
Okay.
could have access to it. But as investors, you'll have a read-only access to go in and see the progress of the projects. But
Oh, okay.
yes, that is something, and I do have an affiliate code that we can discuss, and if you want to actually get a subscription to that software.
Okay. All right. Thank y'all very much.
Uh-huh. Thanks, Terrence.
Mhm.
Any other questions? Good questions. Thank y'all so much. Good stuff. Okay, so all hearts and minds are clear. You feel good?
I think we got a Patterson question.
Oh, did I miss it? We got a question?
She had her hand up for a second. I don't know if she was
Okay.
out. Okay.
If
Yes,
anyone else
I
has,
was wondering what specific location are you looking at this moment to kind of acquire the land?
yeah, yeah. So I shared the locations earlier in the presentation. We have two lots near downtown Dallas that I'm looking at, and then two lots in the Forney area that I'm looking at. So a total of four lots altogether. If you want to, I don't know if you joined a little bit later, but if you want to set up time with me, I can go over them with you after the call.
Yeah, sorry, I jumped on a little bit late. You said Dallas, and what was the other area?
Forney.
Forney. Okay.
Mhm. Forney. And I just
Okay.
dropped the link in the chat again for you to schedule time with me. If you want me to go back over everything, I don't mind doing that.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that.
I have a
Awesome.
quick question.
Yes,
I'm sorry I was a little tardy to the presentation. Since this is being recorded, are you sending this out so we can always go back and review it, or
absolutely.
how's that gonna work? Okay,
Yep, yep. It was recorded, it is recorded. So as soon as I, stop the meeting, it will take a few moments to render, and then I will follow up with the link for you to view the video. Yep,
awesome. Thank you.
you'll be good there. Well, all right, y'all. Well, again, I appreciate your time. And if there aren't any other questions, I will let you go and you can enjoy the rest of your evening. And I look forward to connecting with you one-on-one to talk about this opportunity more in more detail. Okay. Awesome. Y'all have a good one. Good night.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right.